And you know, last time we got together, we were visited by Karnak the Magnificent, and man, was he magnificent, wasn't he, everybody?
Yeah.
Well, we couldn't get Karnak this time. He said, I'm sorry, my price went way up. So now,
whoops.
Now we have the pleasure of welcoming right here under the big top, Mr. Monty Hall.
Monty Hall. I thought he was dead.
What up? Forgot my microphone. You couldn't hear me?
No, I couldn't hear you. Could you speak louder?
Well, it's wonderful to have this fine audience in front of me today. This is why I get up in the morning. Just call me Monty. Mont for short, if you need to.
Mont.
And
Go over there.
I gotta look at the script. Well, thank you again. I was just playing with Mom. Thank you again for coming. And we're going to play Let's Make a Deal today.
Ooh.
Is there anyone in the audience who... Sir,
Pretty eager.
I love that. I just love that
are
show.
you anticipating my question? Is it planned?
No, I wouldn't do that.
Okay, good. Does anyone want to tell us what Let's Make a Deal is all about?
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Let's go right here.
Ooh, ooh.
So, sir, where are you from?
I'm from Arlington, Virginia.
You came a long way out to L.A. How did you get here?
My daughter drove me.
She's one fine driver. So what can you tell us about the game?
Well, what I remember, Monty, and you probably know this better, it's a game show, first of all. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's prizes. How many prizes are there? Three prizes. So each one, if I remember, is behind a separate curtain on stage.
Right.
And the contestant picks one of the curtains and then has a choice. They either keep the prize, is that right? Or they go for a different curtain.
Really?
So let's make a deal, Monty.
All right. Everyone understand the rules. So I'm going to, everyone's name went into a hat. And we pulled everyone's name out because there's a very special couple here today, with us today. And they're celebrating a very special day.
Oh, wow.
So I would like to ask Bob and Betty Phillips to come on down.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you already are down. What people get me to do, it's amazing.
You are so Daniel.
So, on the card I have in front of me, I understand you've been married since 1952, is that right?
Correct.
That is a long, long time ago.
You got that right.
I don't think the crowd heard you because my mic wasn't there.
You got that right.
So, sir, besides celebrating, you say, what brings you into LA today? Wow!
L.A.
He's got stage fright.
He's speechless, Monty.
Are you
I think it's the seafood.
Well, this young lady right here, her card says she was from LA and she says seafood sucks in LA. Is that what you said?
No.
It must be Disneyland.
Oh, Disneyland. Is that right? That the answer?
There is no answer. That's the good part about
I
this.
thought the answer was coercion.
Well, there was a guy who talked about a miracle a little while ago. Maybe that was it. Tell us a little bit about 1952. It was hot.
It was hot.
Hot year? Who was president back then? Was it Truman?
Either Truman or Eisenhower.
That's what I
think
said.
it was Truman.
I think it was Truman.
Yeah, because Eisenhower, there was the mudslinging campaign. Yeah.
What was the gallon of gas like? Jeez, that's a long time ago. What'd you pay for
25 cents?
25 cents?
18 cents.
18 cents? Boy, we wish we had that back. How about a gallon of milk?
I have no idea. They didn't buy milk.
Pack of cigarettes.
Just looked outside and there it was.
They didn't have Gatorade.
And do you recall who was coronated on this day? Or on this year?
Elizabeth.
Yes.
Queen Elizabeth.
And
Yeah.
she recently celebrated her 60 years on.
Yeah.
It's a very nice event. You guys were probably there. Were you in London for that?
Surely you jest.
Okay, so I think we've got the feel of Bob and Betty. Are you ready to let's make a deal?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Come on.
Well, you know, we're not in the normal stage, as you can see. So I've asked for 3 volunteers because we're going to have a virtual stage. So with those 3 volunteers, please come up and stand here, please.
Good volunteer.
Uh-oh.
So we're using iPads today as opposed to curtains. So, out in front, sir. He doesn't like the color red. You want to switch with him?
Oh, that goes so well with it. Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, so he's holding his iPad. So this is iPad number 1, formerly known as James. This is iPad number 2, formerly known as Val. And iPad number 3, formerly known as Laura. So, what I'm going to ask you to do, as Tom did such a nice job telling us about, is pick
You
one of
understand
these.
the rules, right?
Is pick one of these iPads, and we will reveal what is behind it. And if you want to keep that prize, then you can just walk away. And of course, I'm going to want audience participation to help them figure out which iPad they want to pick, right? Yep. That's what I recall of the day we watched this show. There's a lot of 1, 2, 3, right?
Number 3.
I'm sorry, I didn't cover that in the rules.
Not yet, ma'am. So, on the count of 3. 1, 2. So, which iPad do you choose? Crowd?
One. Pick one.
Any other?
Two. Three.
Betty and Bob have picked 2.
Uh-oh.
And how
That's the one I
apropos.
And your prize, I hope this isn't a flop, is 4 more years of the Obama administration.
Do-over, Terry, do-over.
No?
Well, you get the choice.
So you want to trade that one, is that right?
Keep
Trade
it.
it.
Daddy want to trade that one.
Good choice.
Okay. So you now have to choose between iPad number 2
No.
Nope. One and
Number 1 or 3.
Thank you.
He's trying to force you to go to
That's
2.
Perfect.
It's a good thing we were
iPad
to
1
number.
or 3. Is there any thoughts from the
Three.
audience?
No, one. Three.
Bob and Betty have picked number 3.
Did anyone say 2?
No.
you did.
I probably did. And you have won
Oh, man.
a fabulous, all-expense paid trip for 2 weeks to a mountain cabin in North Dakota for the first 2 weeks of February without running water or toilets.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That is great.
Pizza
Who would
wine.
not want that?
I'm willing to make exception here and allow you, if you want to not go on that fabulous trip, there's no roadway as well. I forgot to mention you have to snowshoe in. So do you want to get rid of that prize and go for iPad number 1, or
Make a deal.
do you want to make a deal?
Make
Or
a deal.
keep that prize?
I want to go with number 1.
Oh,
She
good
wants to go
choice.
with number 1.
Good choice.
Bob, are
One's
you in
okay by
agreement with
me.
that? Yes, I am reminded very frequently of the rules in these matters.
Happy wife, happy
That,
life.
exactly. Ain't mama happy, ain't nobody happy.
I told him that.
Yep, and she has to keep repeating it. However, we will read off the prize for iPad number 1. And I think it may in fact be, could you look that up and let's see if that's the grand prize?
Is it the grand prize?
The grand prize. Wow. 60 wonderful years together. Hey, but that's not all. After all, this is the Let's Make a Deal show, and we go all out.
What's that?
So we have brought to you a stretch limousine for your trip home. Like in perfect life. Also, would you like to take her for a spin?
Not right now.
Not right now? Well, I don't know how you can resist.
Admire it. Just admire it.
I don't think that was the right answer.
Go for a spin.
I mean, Bob, did you forget to consult with Betty before you made that choice?
You think we better take a spin?
I think so. I think you should.
Yeah.
Take a spin. Take a spin.
What does the
Take a
audience
spin.
say?
Take a spin. Spin.
Just so they don't have to drive.
Do you have good shoes for getting in and out of that gator, man?
I can manage.
Ask Cord over there.
Well, you know, honey, I'm so used to kids. If I have on sandals and a skirt, it really is a double whammy. It truly is.
You want to walk right through here?
I'll take you.
I think so.